Hello, welcome to the channel. So my YouTube short got a little bit more attention than I was expecting, and enough of you guys requested a full-length video to go in depth for the economy system, so I figured, hey, let's do it then. This is how to set up a Minecraft economy system in Bedrock Edition. Things to note before we start. You will need creative access and operator status to use the system, as it relies on command blocks. I highly recommend watching the full video before copying anything you see, as you may decide to implement the system differently in your own world. And as a disclaimer, as with redstone videos, updates happen, game rules change, so I cannot guarantee that this will work after any future updates. However, this is the same system I implemented on Exodus SMP over 3 years ago, and it's still working fine there. Finally, this is a tutorial for a fully automated system that can give players money at set intervals for being active on the world, as well as working with automated shops that we can explore in another episode if people are interested. For now, let's just build the infrastructure for an automated economy. Let's begin. First of all, we'll need a ticking area. A ticking area is a region of the world that will always remain loaded no matter how far away you are. This will be where we build our system, as it allows the command blocks to always be loaded and running when they're needed. Place down your command block and input the following command. The coordinates will be the center of your ticking area. We'll use the command block's coordinates for this. This number will be the radius you want the ticking area to cover. We can use 1, 2, 3, or 4 for the radius. This image will show you just how large the area will be for each option. Unless you know you are exactly in the center of the chunk, I wouldn't recommend using 1, as you could find that other command blocks we'll use later on may end up being outside of the radius, meaning they won't work because they'll be in unloaded chunks. I also wouldn't recommend going larger than 2, as this can cause lag issues, especially with worlds that have a lot of active players. We'll use 2 for our radius. All we have to do now is name our ticking area. Remember, this isn't the name of your economy. This is just the name you're going to give to the ticking area. This will be important if you ever need to remove it. And hit the button. That's the ticking area done. Now, let's build the economy. Go back into your command block, remove your ticking area command, and replace it with this. The scoreboard command can be used to keep track of lots of different statistics, and would need an entire video of its own to fully explain. All you need to know for this is, money is the type of statistic we want to track. Dummy means that this is a custom created statistic, not an in-game one. Unfortunately, Bedrock Edition only allows the use of dummy, but luckily for us, that's all we need here. Here is where you will name your economy. Big Cash was the example I used in my YouTube short, so we'll stick with that. Make sure to reset the format trigger before the last speech mark to prevent any weird colored text later on. Hit the button, and boom, we are online. Now, we need a way to display our economy. Let's go back into the command block and input this command. We have 3 options here. The first one is below name. This shows a player's current money total under their gamertag. It's useful for seeing what other players' totals are, but you can't actually see your own balance. They're kind of useless here. The second option, and my preferred way to do it, is list. This places the economy on the pause menu, so all you need to do to check your balance is hit the pause menu and scroll. The third option is sidebar. This puts a permanent overlay on your screen that shows each player's balance. However, if you have a lot of players on your world, this can get cluttered really fast. So, for this example, we will use option 2, list. Our economy is up and we have a way to check our balance. Now, we should probably learn how to get a balance. Let's manually add money to our account. Back into our command block and use this command. Hit the button, and just like that, we have 1,000 big cash, which we can check on our pause menu. When manually adding money, you should know that the @p is adding 1,000 big cash to the nearest player, which is us. But you can specify a player simply by changing the @p for a player's name within speech marks. For example, we can send our buddy Dave 1,000 big cash by inputting Dave here. When specifying a target, make sure the name is spelt 100% accurate, including capital letters. To remove money, you can use exactly the same system, but just replace the add for remove, like this. Well, easy come, easy go, I guess. For the most part, this is a working economy. It's extremely basic and will require a lot of effort to manually add and remove money from players. Not ideal yet. So let's build a system to do it automatically. This is where our ticking area will become important. Let's allocate a spot for these next few command blocks, as it's important that once they are active, they must be left alone. I'll explain why as we go through the process. First, grab a new command block and place two in a line like this. You'll need to crouch to connect them. Make sure the arrows are pointing the same way. Inside of the first block, that's this one, add this command. This command will give every player 100 currency when activated. In this example, we want all players on the world to receive 100 currency every 30 minutes. We'll change the block type to repeat, make sure the condition is set to unconditional. Then we need to make sure redstone is set to needs redstone. This is important as we don't want it activating right away. Then we will make sure the execute on first tick is turned on and the delay in ticks is set to 36,000. Time in Minecraft is measured in ticks. There are 20 ticks in a second. Times by 60 is 1200 per minute. Times by 30 minutes equals 36,000. You can customize this however you like, but 30 minutes will work fine for this example. And now for the finishing touches. These are optional, but will definitely be appreciated by members of your world. We're going to add a message that displays on screen for active members when they are given their 100 cash every 30 minutes. To do this, go into your second block in the chain and add this command. Once again, we have three options here. Title, which will show a large message on screen causing a lot of clutter. Subtitle doesn't work unless a title is active, so is useless here. The best option is action bar, which allows a subtle message to show up just above your hotbar. You can customize the formatting of this with a section sign, once again remembering to reset the formatting at the end with this to prevent weird colored text issues later. Then we're going to go here to block type and change that to chain. Condition should be conditional. Redstone should be always active. These two don't matter. Now, our automated economy is ready to go. Important information before we activate it. Once it's active, do not interact with the first block again, or it will begin completing double cycles. A double cycle in this case means it will deliver the cache and message to all the players 30 minutes after it was triggered, but will also do it every 30 minutes after it was last interacted with. So if you interact with the block 3 times, it will create a triple cycle and so on. If you find yourself in a situation where you have accidentally done this, you can fix it by simply opening the block, changing the redstone option to needs redstone, and wait for it to stop sending players the money. This can take well over 30 minutes depending on how many times you interacted with, so be patient. Once your short has completed all its cycles and is now inactive, simply reactivate it again by switching it back to always active, and we're done. I would then recommend encasing it in blocks to prevent accidental interactions in the future. If you want to remove the economy, this is what we do. To fully remove everything that you've just implemented into your world, first start with the ticking area. Set down a command block and input this command. This part will be the name that you used in part 1 of the video. The example we used was economy, so we'll input this and hit the button. And that's your ticking area gone. To remove the economy system and balance display, go into your command block and input this command. This will remove the entire system, including any saved totals and menus. Now, if you want to get really creative, you can add scripting into this process. It's possible to set up scripts that work with your economy system to do an endless number of things, from awarding players money for completing activities or killing mobs, or fining them for attacking other players and damaging property. Adding external scripts to your game does involve creating add-on packs and will require at least a basic knowledge of JavaScript. That's a potential video for a much later date. If you found this useful and would like a video showing how to create automatic stores using your new economy, let me know in the comments. If you all find these videos genuinely useful, I'd be happy to turn them all into a full series covering custom stores, adding your own cache items, and using scripts to make your economy feel like it's run by an AI. If this helped, then a like and subscribe would genuinely help me out, as I am trying to reach 500 subscribers by the end of the year. Take care, and see you in the next one.